Oh, hey, what's up? Welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about the worst date I've ever been on. Yeah, that's where we're going. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right to it. And before I start, I just want to go ahead and just put it out there. I don't have anything against the gentleman I went out with at that time. We were both teenagers, we were both awkward and probably broke, and so it's just one of those things that it's just funny. When you look at your past and things that have happened, like, you just gotta laugh about it. So there's no hate whatsoever. Like, I don't know if he follows me on any of my social media, but if he does and he sees this video, then I hope he just laughs with me because I just think it's funny and it's a story that deserves to be told. Yeah, so yeah. So this was back when I was 18 or 17-year-old Pearl. I had just graduated from high school and I got a job at Carl's Jr. Yep, I was flipping, well actually I never flipped a burger, that's a lie. I was not flipping burgers. I was cashing people out as a cashier. And I actually have quite a few stories there too, but that's for another time. Anyway, so during the summer I got a job at Carl's Jr. and I was going to start college that fall. So during that time, you know, I just took the summer off, just working, taking it easy. And this guy that I was sort of friends with, we were just talking. We had hung out once before and we went to go, I didn't have a car, okay? So we went to sushi and I obviously was going to pay for myself. But he was just like, no, it's okay, I got it. I was like, okay, like, are you sure? And he kept insisting, so when someone insists to that extent, I'm like, okay, like, it's fine, okay. Because I don't want to argue with someone that I don't know, like, it just becomes even more awkward. So that was the first time we hung out. One day, I was just hanging out at home, and I get a text from him, and it's like, hey, do you want to go to the movies? I was like, sure, I'll go to the movies with you. He's like, okay, like, we can go at this time. I really want to see Step Up 3. I think it was 3D at the time. And I was just like, okay, like, alright. And he picked me up. And I was expecting to pay for myself. I just always take money. I try not to ever assume that someone's paying for me. I don't know, it's just something I always do. So we're getting to the movie theater, we're almost there, like, we're driving there. He said, I can get us in for free. I was just like, oh, okay, but I didn't think much into that. I was just like, oh, alright, like, maybe he has a friend, maybe he has free tickets, I don't know. But I didn't really look too much into that. I was just like, okay. And we get there, and the theater we're getting to, it's actually in a second floor, so you have to take some escalators to get to the movie theater. And as we're going up the escalators, he's like, okay, I can get us in for free, just follow my lead. And I was just like, okay. And we go up the escalators, and the moment we get up to the escalators, he's like, you could see the tellers, or is that what they're called? The movie ticket people in the windows. They were there, you could see them from a distance. And he was just like, actually, let's go back downstairs. So we literally just, like, went back on the down escalators. Okay, that was kind of weird. And once we went downstairs, he's like, okay, let's go back up. And I was just like, okay. So we went back up the escalators, and then he started walking towards the booth. There you go, ticket booth. We started walking towards the ticket booth, and then he was like, let's go back downstairs. And at this point, I'm just like really confused, but I follow along with it. And we went back downstairs, and as we're going back upstairs, he's like, yeah, I can't get us in, you're gonna have to pay for us. And out of reaction, just because it was just so weird, I was just like, what? And then he was just like, I got you for sushi last time. And then I was just like, okay, fine, it's no big deal, I'll get us a ticket, even though you told me we were gonna go to the movies, and even though you picked the movie. Alright, fine, I'll pay for the tickets. I was expecting to pay for myself, but I've never had someone tell me, oh, you're gonna have to pay for me. Honestly, like, I kind of had no choice. He had picked us up, I was in his car, I needed a ride home, and it would be a little awkward to be like, no, and then just walk around and wait for my dad. My dad takes forever, so I didn't want to have to like walk around for an hour or two waiting for my dad to pick me up. Like, I was just like, okay, fine, like I'll pay for him. But it was just so odd to me to have someone tell me, oh, you're gonna have to pay for me. So we go up to the ticket booth, I pay for the tickets, and we still have like 2 hours to kill because the movie wasn't gonna start for like 2 hours. And at this point I was hungry, so I was like, hey, are you hungry? And he was like, no. And then I was just like, okay, well, I'm hungry. There's a Freddy's around here. Could you drive me there so I can get something to eat because I'm hungry? And so yeah, he drove us there. I'm like, are you gonna get anything? He's like, no. And I was like, okay. So I got my burger, fries, and I think that's all I got. I don't even remember if I got ice cream. Maybe, who knows. But I got my food and he was just sitting there, I think with water. And then I was just like, to be polite, I was like, do you want half my burger? And he said yes, so we cut the burger in half and shared my burger and fries. A drink. Yeah, then we went back and we watched Step Up 3, Step Up 3 in 3D. And after that, I think we just walked around the area and then he just drove me home. But yeah, that was the worst date I've ever been on. So basically, I got invited to the movies. My date tried to sneak me into the movie theater. I didn't get to pick the movie, but I paid for the movies. And I also paid for dinner. We shared one fast food meal together. Yeah, that's what happened, and I had no choice. I had no option to the situation. I had no way out unless I wanted to walk home or wait 2 hours for my dad to pick me up. So yeah. It's all good. It's funny now when I look back at it, and if I ran into him somewhere I would still say hi and stuff. I mean, it's not a big deal. Yeah, so that was my worst date I've ever been on. If anyone wants to write their worst date they've ever been on, go ahead and do it down below because I would like to read your stories because they're funny and entertaining. Yeah, so that's it for story time today. I don't know if it was as funny to you guys as it was to me, but I thought it was funny and I wanted to chit chat about it. So yeah, next week, I don't know what I'm doing next week. I think next week, oh yes, I have a few ideas for next week, so this should be exciting. Alrighty guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this little chat, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye. Woof, can I say bye, woof, woof? Oh, okay, I'll stop. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you.